Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cloud Vibrations Art Exhibit discussion. In this 20-minute Q&A, you will hear Arts for Learning teaching artists Sophia Inger and Diana Davis discuss the creative process behind the project. In addition, you'll hear from Thomas Gregg Neighborhood School staff Ross Pippin, Executive Director, Daniel Ng, Art Teacher, and Alex Warfield, Music Teacher.
I'm Sophia Inger. I'm a teaching artist with Arts for Learning, and I come from a background of painting and mixed media, but I also work with textile installations. I do soft sculpture, mosaic, everything that has to do with tactile and tangible materials. So with Arts for Learning, I do a lot of projects with materials like fabric, textile, paper. We write stories about friendship. We do puppetry, silk painting, trees that talk about your feelings, something that has to do with emotion and tangible things.
Diana?
I am I'm instructor for Arts for Learning. I do music and crafting things. So I also do creating musical instruments. And I do a lot of work with creating your own art and creating your own music. And so I do a lot of improvisation, creating your own compositions, as I said, creating your own instruments. So a lot of my work is creating your own art. So not just playing other people's music or replicating other people's art, but how can you express yourself through certain tools, through fun games, and how can we work together as a community, whether in the classroom or as a community as a whole, to create something artistic and fun together as a group.
My name is Ross Pippin. I'm the Executive Director at Thomas Gregg Neighborhood School. My role in the Cloud Vibrations is just to make sure we get everybody together and keep things moving.
My name is Alex Warfield. I'm the music teacher at Thomas Gregg Neighborhood School, and my role was to just assist Diana in getting the recordings organized for the students to do with their vocal expressions. And yeah.
So I'm the visual arts teacher at Thomas Gregg, and in this project, my role was to help be a communicator and with the students and to help them understand the visual art side of the project. So working with what Sophia was doing, she graciously made over 500 packets of supplies for students to take home and work on with their families. And so part of my role was to help work with our student services team and make sure that the students got their artwork or got the supplies to make their artwork with their families, and also to share the information with them about what to do with the supplies, share Sophia's video, give them some context to where this project was taking place and what it would mean, and to help also facilitate the collecting of artwork and then getting it back to Sophia.
Well, as I replied for the call for teaching artists for this project, I, at the same time, was reading some materials online, as we all do now. And the article was saying that if you do something positive, you do something that you like to do, painting, gardening, talking to friends, reading, something that gives you pleasure and joy in life, if you look at colors, that you change your vibrations and you get higher vibrations in your body, which helps your immune system to be stronger and fight all the infections and viruses. And it was so amazing to read this because this is something that I really was doing all this time to help me to cope with the situations we're in. And I guess I was doing everything right, because all the painting and the gardening and all of this actually helped to boost my immune system. So I was really inspired by sharing this idea and trying to think, what if we have students to do something they like, to work with color, work with things that they enjoy, and, you know, help their immune systems, and also help their self-esteem, and maybe help them feel better. That's how we started to collaborate. And also to bring the other project, the Cloud Observatory. This is something to do with inspiration. And when you're looking up in the sky, there's always so much you could see there, the clouds and the sun and the moon and the birds flying. So it's all very inspirational to look up. So when you're looking up, you see a lot of things to inspire you. That's the Cloud Observatory part of that. And we inspired kids to look up.
When I got the prompt, it was a kind of a simple prompt, in that it was, how can you tie together the Republic Art Gallery and the Cloud Observatory, and find inspiration and be creative in bringing those two spaces together, and how can you create art with the community and with the students, and tie those two spaces together. And my first thought was of a music exercise that I participated in a number of times, where people gather together in a circle and they sing a simple syllable all together, and they don't know what anybody else is going to sing. And they just sing ah or oh, whatever they want to do. And it creates this kind of magical experience, because you don't know what's going to happen. And due to the times that we're in, I couldn't gather everyone together and do that and record that. But I thought, how can we use technology to gather everyone's ahs and ohs and e's, and then and put them all together into a music video. And that's how the idea got started. And so I didn't really know how it would go from there, but that was my idea. And then when Sophia and I were placed together, the juices got going, and I saw all of her beautiful art and her inspiration from the clouds. And the idea got forming, and more inspiration got flowing. And then I was able to work with Alex at the school, and she brought in hordes of wonderful children with all of their little masks on. And I got to record all these wonderful syllables, hundreds of them. And I put together videos of children singing. And it's been a really interesting experience, creating abstract sounds together, rather reminiscent of contemporary classical music in the 1960s, with children with COVID-19 masks on, inspired by abstract clouds going into a art gallery. And I'm really excited about it, because it's something new and different that I have not seen before. And it's fun that I'm creating it with Sophia, and it's going to be really new and different. And I think it's a powerful experience.
It was a little bit challenging at first, just because there was a lot of conceptual thought to this project. And so trying to communicate it to elementary students levels, kindergarten all the way up through 6th grade, that's a wide range of development within our students, and trying to put it on a level that they could grasp what were we trying to get out of it? What was it gonna kind of look like? What were we going for in the end? And their role in this whole project. And so Sophia did an awesome job from the visual art end of creating a video and demonstrating how to use the supplies. And also she made a model of the gallery space with like a little bit of a small bit of a model of what the visual art installation pieces were going to look like. And that was really helpful for the students, and they can kind of see the big picture a little bit. And they were super excited to receive the kits and be involved in being able to squirt paint and make messes. So that was very exciting. I got some feedback from some students that they were able to accomplish what we had talked about with working together with their family members as well. I recently talked to a parent that said that there was an extended family member that really found a lot of joy in being able to help one of their children with this activity. So I thought that was really, really cool. Yeah, and they're very excited about the whole project in general, because we were able to talk about the gallery space and how it is literally just around the corner on 10th Street. And so many of the students, when I showed them a picture of this space, were like, oh, I know exactly where that is. That's right near my house. And so they've been asking me, I walked by the space the other day. When is the artwork going to be in there? So it's really powerful, I think, because I've been trying to provide ways just in my art curriculum in general to have my students experience what art looks like in their world. So we've talked a lot about design, and we've talked about art and how it reflects in social media and murals, and in our community, not just in the traditional sense of artwork being in galleries, but at the same time, I think that's important too. And it's really cool to have a chance to collaborate with artists from our community and to put something in an art gallery and an experience where they can see it, and it's also accessible to them.
For my part, I think the kids were excited when they got the visual of the video of what it could potentially look like once they're done compiling all of their voices together. The younger kids were really able to get into it, and then me referencing the art projects that they had already started with Mr. Ng helped them kind of tie it all in together. Unfortunately, we were a little bit rushed with the older students, so it was kind of like, this is what we're doing. But I feel like they were able to hop on board and adjust to us needing to kind of rush it just a little bit to get it done before we switched over back to the virtual learning. But like I said, like the younger kids were extremely excited. They're always looking for ways to, express their individualism, express themselves through any sort of talent that they feel like they might potentially have or grow into. And so I feel like it was just very easy and natural for them to want to do the vocalizations, especially with how easy it is. Something that's easy to them, they're ready to knock it out of the park and show you what they got. So it was very fun to see the kids express themselves, and I know that they're all excited to see the final project when it all comes together.
Well, I mean, as you know, the pandemic has been stressful on adults, but kids have been stressed as well. And I think something like this project allows them to release a little bit of their, inner selves. It also gives them a new experience. The learning continues. Not very many elementary school age kids have the opportunity to participate in something like this. And this is one of those things that they'll look back and be like, remember when we were in elementary and we did this art installation program? They'll be telling that story to their own kids. Mark my words. It's one of those like few experiences that you'll have that's very unique to your experience. They won't know all the work that went into it behind the scenes from all you guys to make it happen, but they'll know they'll know that they participated and that they were on display and that it was a pretty cool thing that they were able to do. it also might spark kids just to get into the arts more on their own as they're sitting at home and dealing with the COVID situation that we're in right now. I think the community is going to be amazed for two reasons. One, I think the level of the installation is going to be very professional, but the fact that it is made by students in their own community, or at least students participated in that, is going to spark additional interest. Kids and families will get out of their houses to go see this and experience the work that their kids have done with the artists and the teachers. So I think it's going to be, the community is going to embrace it, love it, enjoy it. I'm excited.
To my students, thank you guys for your hard work and your contribution to this project. And like we've been telling you, whether or not you thought that your artwork turned out the way that you wanted it to, we thought that it was valuable. And I think that you will be pleasantly surprised by how everything came together. And I think that you will hopefully see how your artwork was valuable and how meaningful it is to work together as a community to create things. So thank you.
Yes, piggybacking off Mr. Ng, please come out, families, students, come and see how your projects all came together as a school. Remember, even though you did them individually, it is a school-wide project, and it's going to be awesome hearing all of those vocalizations compiled by Miss Diana. You can come anytime, COVID safe, hashtag Cloud Vibrations. We are excited to see this exhibit that we created for our community.
This exhibit is open to the public 24/7 from December 19 to January 23rd. You can view this multi-sensory installation from the outside of the building, and please follow the signs for social distancing. Republic, a Near East Side community art space, is located at 2301 East 10th Street.